So we continue with the linear equations exercise 12.2, and we are now on the 24th sum. So sum number 24, there it is. If each side of a triangle is increased by 4 centimeters, the ratio of the perimeters of the new triangle and the given triangle is 7:5. Find the perimeter of the given triangle. Okay, so what you are having over here is, you have got a triangle. It is like this. Suppose you have got a triangle over here which had got the sides as x, y and z, and then you have got another triangle which was made bigger as you increase this by x plus 4, this by y plus 4 and this by z plus 4. Okay, this is what they are done. They say that you are increasing the sides of the triangle by 4 centimeters. Now the moment you are increasing the side by 4 centimeters, that means what is the total perimeter? यहाँ पे perimeter क्या है? Perimeter 1 was x plus y plus z. But the perimeter 2 is nothing but x plus 4 plus y plus 4 plus z plus 4. Right? So what will happen? It will be x plus y plus z plus 4, 12 over here. Right? This is the idea. This is the basic concept of this question. So original perimeter से 12 increase होने वाला है. The increase in the perimeter will be by 12. Okay? So let's see this. So in sum number 24, the first thing we'll be writing is, okay, we'll take it this way only. So we'll let the original sides be x, y, z. Therefore, original perimeter is equals to x plus y plus z. Okay, so we'll say P is equals to x plus y plus z. Okay, we'll say guess P, right? Now, increase in each length or each side is equals to 4. Therefore, new sides is equals to x plus 4, y plus 4 and z plus 4. So, new perimeter is equals to x plus 4 plus y plus 4 plus z plus 4, which is nothing but x plus y plus z plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. Now you know that x plus y plus z is nothing but p, so we have it as p plus 12. Okay, so we have our original perimeter as p and the new perimeter as p plus 12. And the ratio is given to us between the two as 5:7. So we are given over here that the ratio of the new triangle, one sec. Yeah, the ratio of the new triangle to the given triangle. So new perimeter upon old perimeter is equals to 7 upon 5. Now new perimeter is p plus 12 upon p is equals to 7 upon 5. You cross multiply, so it will be 5 into p plus 12 is equal to 7 into p. So that will be 5p plus 60 is equals to 7p. Taking the p on one side and numbers on this side, so it will be 5p minus 7p is equals to minus 60. So minus 2p is equals to minus 60. P is equals to minus 60 upon minus 2. So p is equals to 30. So the original units of you can given you in centimeters. Yeah. So the original perimeter is 30 centimeter. Find the perimeter of the given triangle. Therefore, perimeter is equals to 30 centimeters. This is the sum number 24, which is given over here. Quite a interesting sum. So you need to understand it properly so that you're not making any mistakes. Right? So, right, this was sum number 24. We now move on to sum number 25. The length of the rectangle is 5 centimeter less than twice its breadth. So whenever you have got length and breadth, you will always take the smaller one to be x. Okay, length and breadth, normally breadth is the smaller one. Here also it's given that breadth is the smaller one because length is 5 more than twice the breadth. So we'll take over here, let breadth is equals to x centimeter. Therefore, length is equals to 2x minus 5 centimeters, because it is length of rectangle is 5 centimeter less than twice its breadth. So twice its breadth say 5 centimeters come. That is the original thing. If length is decreased by 3 and breadth is increased by 2, the perimeter of the resulting rectangle is 72. So new length is equals to 2x minus 5. So what is happening to the length? The length is decreased by 3. So minus 3. So it will be 2x minus 8 centimeters. Now new breadth is equals to, again the breadth is increased by 2. So it will be x plus 2 centimeters. Now you know that the perimeter is given to you as that the perimeter of the resulting rectangle is 72. So we know that perimeter, the formula is 2L plus B. So it is 72 is equals to 2 times 2x minus 8 plus x plus 2. So that will give me 72 is equals to 2 into bracket. Now it will be 2x plus x is 2x plus x minus 8 plus 2. So it will be 72 is equals to 2 into bracket 3x minus 6. So 72 is equals to 6x minus 12. Taking on this side, so it will be 72 plus 12 is equals to 6x. So 84 is equals to 6x. Therefore x is equals to 84 upon 6. So x is equals to 14. Okay, cancelling over here. So that will be 14 centimeters. So therefore breadth is equals to 14 centimeters and length is equals to 2x minus 5 is equals to 2 into 14 minus 5 is equals to 28 minus 5 is equals to 23 centimeters. So length is equals to 23 centimeters, breadth is equals to 14 centimeters. So that was sum number. Now we are asked as the original area of the rectangle. Therefore area is equals to length into breadth is equals to 23 into 14. So 23 into 14. That will be 322 centimeters square. Okay. The answer will for sum number 25 will be 322 centimeters square. Got it? Quite an easy thing. पहले ये था, they decrease this by 3 and increase the breadth by 2. You know the perimeter, so accordingly find out the value of x, and then you find out the length and the breadth, and accordingly find out the area as length into breadth. Okay, that was sum number 25. We now move on to sum number 26. Okay, sum number 26. A rectangle is 10 centimeter long and 8 centimeter wide. Okay, so length and breadth are given to you, that 10 and 8. When each side of the rectangle is increased by x centimeter, its perimeter is doubled. Find the equation of x and hence find the area of the new rectangle. Okay, so we have over here, let increase in length and breadth. In each side be x centimeters. Therefore, new length is equals to 10 plus x centimeters and new breadth is equals to 8 plus x centimeters. Okay. So the perimeter is going to get doubled. So original perimeter is equals to 2L plus B equals to 2 10 plus 8 is equal to 2 into 18 is equal to 36 centimeters. Therefore, new perimeter, now they said perimeter is doubled, so 2 into 36 is equal to 72 centimeters. Okay. Now I know that if it is 72, that means ये दोनों length and breadth के साथ में जो perimeter हम लोग ढूंढेंगे, that will be 72. So we have over here that P is equals to 2L plus B. So 72 is equals to 2. L is 10 plus X and B is 8 plus X. So that will give me 72 is equals to 2 into bracket. Now 10 plus 8 is 18 and X plus X is 2X. 2X plus 18. So 72 is equals to, you can take the 2 over here and make it 36 also, not a problem. But I am just multiplying it as normal. 4x plus 36. 36 comes here, so 72 minus 36 is equals to 4x. So 36 is equals to 4x. So x is equals to 36 upon 4. So x is equals to 9. Okay. What you need to find out is, find the value of x. So x is 9. That is what we got. Hence find the area of the new rectangle. So we have the new rectangle. Accordingly, new length is equals to 10 plus 9 is equals to 19 centimeters and new breadth is equals to 8 plus 9 is equals to 17 centimeters. Therefore, area is equals to L into B is equals to 19 into 17. Okay, so it is 19 into 17, 63, 7, 23, 13. That will give me as 323 centimeters square. So the answers are x is equals to 9 and the other one is 323. So x is equals to, yeah, the equation is 2x plus 10 plus x plus 8 is equals to 2 into 8. Yeah, that's right. And there is 323 as over here. So what is the question? They are going to find the equation of x in equation in x. So the equation in x is this thing also. You can take it as this one also because you have taken it this way. So 72 हमने यहाँ पे लिख दिया. You can also write it in the form of this as 2 10 plus x plus 8 plus x is equals to, this is a new perimeter. Old perimeter was 2 into 2 into 10 plus 8. This is the old perimeter. So twice the old perimeter and this is the equation because they asked us the equation. So this will be the equation. So equation for x is going to be this way. So that is sum number 26. Clear? We now move on to sum number 27. Sum number 27. A steamer travels 90 kilometers downstream in the same time as it takes to travel 60 kilometers upstream. If the speed of the stream is 5 kilometers per hour, find the speed of the steamer in still water. Okay. We need to understand the concept of this upstream and downstream before we do this sum. Okay. let's consider that this is a slopy area, and or let's not take a slopy area also, we can just take it this way, that this is the river. The river flows from up to down. So the boat, suppose this is a small steamer over here, this is the steamer, which is going to travel either this way or this way. When it is traveling here, see, the flow of the streams is in this direction, and the flow of the boat, if it is also in this direction, then it is going to be called as downstream. If the flow of the river or the stream and the flow or the direction in which the boat is traveling is the same, then it is called as downstream. Why? Because the stream is giving it the force of pushing it forward up in the same manner. Okay, boat अगर बंद भी रहेगा तो भी boat अपने आप जाएगा वहाँ पे. Like for example, if you have taken, if any of you have got बारिश में जब भी पानी जाता है तभी हम लोग ने एक बोट रखा तो क्या होता है, the boat doesn't have any kind of a motor or inside it, but still the boat travels in the direction of the water. So when the boat is traveling in the direction of the water, it is called as downstream. It is called as, so downstream is direction of water. Okay, when it is in the direction of the water, then it is downstream. But if a boat is traveling in this direction, okay, that means against the stream, it is called as upstream. So upstream is when it is in the opposite direction to the water. If the direction of the boat is opposite to the direction of the water, then it is called as upstream. Now, in case of downstream, whatever is the speed of the boat, the speed of the stream is going to help the boat to move forward. That's why if the speed of the boat, so if speed of steamer, there's a steamer over here, so we'll take a steamer. The steamer is x kilometers per hour. Then downstream के अंदर the speed will be x plus. Now what is the speed of the stream? The speed of the stream is given as 5, so it will be x plus 5. But if it is upstream, then it will be x minus 5. Okay, so for in this particular condition, if I saying this way, that speed of boat is equals to x and speed of water is equals to y, then in case of downstream, it will be x plus y is the speed downstream and x minus y is the speed upstream. Okay, speed upstream is x plus y and speed downstream, at least speed downstream is x plus y and speed upstream is x minus y. This is very, very important. If you know this thing, then the sum becomes easy. But if you don't understand this, then you will not be able to know what to do. Okay? So always remember that when this boat is going upstream, then the speed of the boat will be the speed of the stream will be separated from the speed of the boat. That means x minus y will be the speed of the boat upstream. But if it is going with the flow of the water is also pushing the boat, and that's why the speed increases, and hence it will be x plus y as the speed. So here we see over here that it is traveling 90 kilometers downstream, and at the same time it is taken to, so first of all we will say here that let speed of steamer be x kilometer per hour, therefore speed, okay, it is given that speed of, it's a stream, yeah, stream is equals to 5 kilometers per hour, therefore speed downstream is equals to x plus 5 kilometers per hour and speed upstream is equals to x minus 5 kilometers per hour. So that's the speed. Now, distance downstream, it is given that it is going downstream how much kilometers? 90 kilometers. And distance upstream is equals to 60 kilometers. Got it? They are given you the distance as this much, downstream this much, upstream this much. Now we know that time is equals to distance upon speed. Okay, time is equals to speed is equal to distance upon time. So time is equal to distance upon speed. So what will happen? The time downstream is equals to 90 upon x plus y, or sorry, x plus 5, and time upstream is equals to 60 upon x minus 5. Of course, this will be in hours. Okay, so once you know this much, now we see in the sum what is given to us, that the time taken for going 90 kilometers downstream and 60 kilometers upstream is the same. It's given that steamer travels 90 kilometers downstream and at the same time as it takes to travel 60 kilometers upstream. So that means that the time this and time this is same. So we have over here that 90 upon x plus 5 is equals to 60 upon x minus 5. You cross multiply over here, you get 90 into x minus 5 is equals to 60 into x plus 5. So it will be 90x minus 450 is equals to 60x plus 300. So 90x minus 60x is equals to 300 plus 450. So that will give you 30x is equals to 750. X is equals to 750 upon 30. That will give you 25. So x is equals to 25 kilometers per hour. So that's the speed of the boat in still water. So speed of steamer is equals to 25 kilometers per hour. That's the answer for sum number 27. Did you understand this? So upstream downstream का जो भी sum रहेगा उसके अंदर you will have to think properly. Upstream यानी against the flow. Okay, up यानी against the flow. पानी नीचे जाता है always. Upstream is against the flow. So speed will be speed of the boat minus speed of the water. X minus 5 upstream. When you are going downstream, your water भी down जा रहा है, हम लोग भी down जा रहे हैं. So it pushes you. When it pushes you, the speed will be addition of the two. X is the speed of the boat and 5 is the speed of the steamer. So it is x plus 5. And then the concept of speed is equal to distance upon time. So time is equal to distance upon speed. So accordingly, time 1 will be this upon this and time 2 will be this upon this. They are given the relationship between the two times. The relation between the two times is given that they are equal. This gives us a linear equation. Is it clear? That was sum number 27. I think I'll stop the video here and take the sum number 28, 29, 30 in the next video.